Everyone, please look at today's lecture topic, which is qualitative research. Okay, you can look at this is qualitative research. This is our today's topic. As I mentioned at the beginning, that qualitative research based on the qualitative data. Actually, qualitative research or quantitative research is determined by the data type. If our data are qualitative, which is non-numerical, or language-based data, then our research will be qualitative. Now, you can say then why we will be collecting qualitative data, or why we will be collecting quantitative data. Okay, the answer is it will be determining by your research question. If your research questions are very, say for example, if your research question are relating to discovering something or relating to exploring something, then your research question will be, say for example, what? Research question will be starting with what, or how, or why. Okay, so this is the research question. So if your research question are what, how, why based, then you need to collect qualitative data. If your research question are, is, are, okay, their type, then you need to collect quantitative data. So the qualitative or quantitative data, it will be determining by your research questions. Okay. If your research questions, once again, if your research questions are what, how, why type, then we need to collect qualitative data. Okay. So let's start. What is qualitative research? Okay, so qualitative business research, research that addresses business objective through technique that allow the researcher to provide an elaborate interpretation of phenomena without depending on numerical measurements. It is called qualitative research. So when our interpretation depending on non-numerical measurement, without depending on numerical measurement, means our interpretation will be depending on non-numerical measurement. It is called qualitative business research. The focus is on discovering inner meanings and new insights, and researcher depend on unstructured responses such as text from a recorded interview. Okay, so this is the data collection. When we will be collecting the data, it will be unstructured data. Okay, we will be collecting data from unstructured, and our focus will be on new insight. Okay, and inner meaning is very depth. We will be going to very depth in the research, and then we will be finding something new insight. As I said, if you want to discover something, for example, why the students they rely on ChatGPT. Okay, we don't know the answer. Why? We said why students depend on ChatGPT. Okay, or how students' employability can be increased, employment opportunity can be increased. We want to find that one. Okay, how graduates' employment opportunity can be increased. This is a research question. Okay, or another research question in another area. Why undergraduate students heavily rely on um, AI or chat GPT. Okay. Or what are the advantages of using AI or chat GPT? So these are the research questions. Now, why you want to find this research, then you need to collect the data. Now, the data collection, when you will be collecting the data, if we are asking, are you happy with ChatGPT? Okay, or unhappy, it doesn't give us the answer. We need to ask, okay, what are the benefits of ChatGPT in your assignment? Or why do you rely heavily on ChatGPT while you are preparing for your assignment? How ChatGPT helps you to construct your assignment? So this question we need to ask if we want to get our research question answer. So here I say two things. One is research question, another one is interview question. Okay, two are different things, very different thing too. Research question and interview question. So interview question we use to collect the data from our participants. This is called interview question. For example, I will be having interview with you and I am asking you some question. That is called interview question. And research question, we don't know the answer of those research area. We want to find the answer from our research. It is called research question. Okay. So when we will be collecting the data relating to the qualitative research, then we need to use unstructured questionnaire. Okay. So unstructured questionnaire, when we are talking about unstructured questionnaire, can you think about some of the unstructured questionnaire and you can search from Google or somewhere and give us some example of unstructured questionnaire. Everyone please look at somewhere from your own understanding and find unstructured questionnaire. What does it mean? Please start unstructured questionnaire. Okay, someone's mic is on. Okay, okay, I was asking about unstructured questionnaire. Now, from online student, can anyone tell me about the unstructured questionnaire? What do you mean by unstructured questionnaire? So here you can see on the screen, researcher must extract meaning from unstructured responses, okay, or unstructured questionnaire. Any online student, you can talk about that. What do you mean? Any online? No?
They uses open-ended questions.
Yes. Example?
Example is if someone asks like, what do you think about this new product?
Yes, that's right. That's true. So when we are saying unstructured questionnaire, I'm writing questionnaires. I'm also okay, I will be sharing with you. Say for example, as you said, what about your opinion regarding product, say regarding this product. Okay. So for example, now this is one and Another one is say, differently, which is structured questionnaire. So here you can see this is one is unstructured questionnaire. When we are saying unstructured questionnaire, then the question can be like this: what about your opinion regarding this product? Okay. In contrast, a structured questionnaire, when we are saying a structured questionnaire, then please rate the following products 1 to 5. So, yeah, say for example, 1 is very poor, very poor. Then 2 is poor. 3, 3 is say neutral. And 4 is say good. And 5 is very good. So G is neutral, 4 is good, 5 is very good. Okay. So this is the structured questionnaire. Why we are saying this is an unstructured questionnaire? Because there is no structure given to our participants. You can provide any of your opinion, whatever you want. You can provide any of your opinion. And unstructured questionnaire is, in other words, we, as you say, Jill, that it is open-ended questionnaire. Open-ended questionnaire. Okay. So unstructured or open-ended questionnaire. In contrast, this one is structured questionnaire or closed-ended questionnaire. Now, this unstructured questionnaire, this is the example. Example of unstructured questionnaire. Mic is on. Okay. So this is the example of. Now, one more thing is when we use unstructured questionnaire. Okay. So unstructured questionnaire is used when it is qualitative research. Okay. We need to use unstructured questionnaire. Okay. And in qualitative research, we need to use, in quantitative research, we need to use this structured questionnaire. In quantitative research, we need to use this structured questionnaire. Okay. Now going back to our topic. Yeah. Qualitative research is useful when the aim of the research is to develop a detailed and in-depth understanding of some phenomena. As I said, if you want to find out very detailed answer, in-depth answer, or we want to discover something new, in this case, we need to use qualitative research, which is not already exist in the society. For example, I say that we want to discover something, we want to find something new. In this case, qualitative research. But if we want to test the validity, for example, we have some theory, and that theory we want to validate that theory. We want to test that theory. In this time, we can't use qualitative research. In this time, we need to use quantitative research. If we want to prove something, okay, you give some theory, and that theory we want to test. This theory, it is valid in Australia, but is it valid in India or Sri Lanka? We want to test that. In this case, quantitative research is applied. Okay. Or this theory was valid 20 years back. Now, after 20 years, still this research is valid. If we want to do that, then quantitative research is applied. So in qualitative research, if we want to develop a very detailed and in-depth understanding of any phenomena or any situation, then we need to use qualitative research. It is difficult to develop a specific and actionable problem statement or research objective. In this case, while it is difficult, okay, when it is difficult to develop a specific and actionable problem statement or research objective, in this case also we use qualitative. Okay. Another case, when the aim of the research is to learn how a phenomenon occurs in its natural setting, or to learn how to express some concept in colloquial terms. In this case, also we use qualitative research. It does mean that is in a natural environment. Okay, we want to learn how different factors work in a natural environment. For example, say customer satisfaction and the quality of the product. We want to learn how do they work. Customer satisfaction, how customer satisfaction influenced by the quality of the product or the price of the product. Okay. Or some other thing, we want to know that one, then qualitative research is applied. Another one is the behavior of the researcher is studying a particular context, dependent, and a fresh approach of studying the problem is needed. Qualitative data, the data that are not characterized by number, already I told many times, but the data are textual, visual, or oral. So the text-related data, I am again here. This is the non-numerical data. This is not the numerical data. These are the numerical data. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are numerical data. That's the reason we are saying this is this is quantitative. Okay, not qualitative. But here these are text data. We write in text, in language, in words. So it is qualitative research. It is qualitative data. Okay. So when we are saying that data, they are textual data, or oral data, okay, or visual data. And this data we can collect from stories, okay, from meaningful characterization, interpretation, or other expressive description. So the data, say for example, from any diary, okay, we can collect that, or from stories, we can collect that data, or even this, it can be primary data. Types, major orientation of qualitative research, phenomenology, ethnography, grounded theory, case studies. These are the main 4 orientations of qualitative research. Okay. So phenomenology. What type of research this one is? Originating in philosophy and psychology. It is not very directly related to business. It is more philosophy and psychology type research. When we are doing some psychology or philosophy type of research, then this phenomenology type of research is used. Ethnography, anthropology related research, they use ethnography type of research. Grounded theory, sociology, okay. Case studies, which is in our business, okay. Originating in psychology and in business research. Case study research. What do we mean by case study? Say for example, previously I talked about use of AI. Now we are having 10 case studies in 10 different situations when the student use AI or ChatGPT. For example, for very poor students, no time, and they are just fully based on AI. Another student, which is one extreme, another extreme is very good students. Okay, they first look at AI, and then they get the structure, or then they get the idea, and from that one they also use their own idea. So blend the AI idea with their own idea, and then they further develop their assignment. So we make, say, 4, 5, 10 different cases from different students. Why do they use AI? And we are providing that case, that these are the different cases. Not all the time AI is not bad. Sometimes or many times AI, when the student they are using, they get some indication or idea, and then they further develop their idea. So case study, the student who will be using qualitative research in your last assessment, you can think about case study. Now, already I discussed a little bit about phenomenology. So here these are the detail of phenomenology and ethnography research, grounded theory research, and case study. Here, look at, as I said, case study is relevant to us. So we will be focusing on case study only. Case study is an in-depth study of the phenomenon under investigation. The case being studied may be as relatively simple as one incident or as complex as an entire organization. Okay. So, for example, one of our customer is not happy. We are doing a case study. Simple one incident. One of the incident is one of the customer out of 5,000 customers are not happy with us, or one of our products before its say what is it called, the guarantee period or warranty period, it collapsed. It didn't work. Okay. One of our products. Now we are having a case study with that incident. Or there is a fire accident in our 5th floor, and we have one case study on that incident. Okay. Or even related to the entire organization. For example, all of our customers or most of our customers, they are recently very upset, very dissatisfied with our product. So related to the entire organization. So it will be a complex case study, but still we can apply that one for our whole customers dissatisfaction or even few customers dissatisfaction, which is simple, but it is an incident. So now everyone who are thinking to have your assignment 4 with the qualitative research, you can think about what type of case study you will be doing, and you can explain that one in 1 minute time. Okay, so I'm giving you 5 minutes to think about. If you are thinking to have your assignment 4 with a case study or with a qualitative research, then think about what will be your case studies. Yeah, but for at this time you can think about by yourself. New students, your camera is off. Can I please ask you to turn on your camera? Gauri, Akash, Abdit, Manju. So please turn on your camera. Immaculate, please turn on your camera. Okay, I was asking the student who didn't understand clearly. I was asking that the student who will be applying qualitative research, more specifically case study, in your last assessment, you can think about in 5 minutes time what will be the case studies or what will be the cases you will be studying or you will be researching on, and after 5 minutes time present in 1 minute.
That's assessment 2.
Assessment, I mean very last one, assessment 4. Okay. First time as it is recording, so I'm trying to finish, then I will come back to get your answer. So here, everyone will look at, I'm just showing you as an example. You can look at the thesis. This is my own thesis, PhD thesis. And here, I also applied case studies in my research. And here, you can look at some of the cases. I was talking about the case studies, how the case studies will be look like, or what will be your own case studies in your research. Okay. So, just an example, I am showing you the case studies. Okay. So. Okay, case studies. Now here you can see one case study 1. I did 8 case studies in my thesis. So this is not the real name. This is just an hypothetical name. You can't use the real name of the organization because it is unethical. Okay. So in the in that case study, the company overview, okay, and company's HR policies, okay. So when you are, and also occupational health and safety policy. So case study one finish. Very shortly, briefly, I'm saying that when we'll be doing one case study, and if we do multiple cases, then we will be following the same pattern. For example, here you can see first case studies, we are talking about, say, case one and the company overview, okay, and company overview table, their total number of employees, size of the organization, which year they established, the location, okay, and the ownership, machines, organization image, work contract, social capital, performance, revenue, market penetration, okay, product capacity, product type, product market, source of raw materials, production processes, production costs for the customers, supply channel, okay, and then my research was on human resource management practices. So what are the human resource management practices and its impact on employee turnover, okay, and human resource policies and practices, okay, and then also occupational health and safety, work health and safety, okay, staff amenities and staff facilities. And now you can see the case two following the same pattern, okay, same pattern it does follow, okay. So work health safety, staff amenities and staff facilities. So case three, it does follow the same pattern. Now, when you will be doing like this, I'm not expecting that you will be doing multiple cases. Probably, if you do case study, then probably 2 cases you can apply, or 3 cases, but in brief, you don't need to write that many on every case. If you want to do multiple cases, then my recommendation will be, it will be brief description of every case, okay. So what we will be doing in our case study, we'll be comparing and contrasting, okay. And when we'll be doing case study, it's a good idea to make the comparing between good and bad. Then from that we can make conclusion why they are good and the bad, where they need to improve, or what are the impact for bad, okay. So once again, when we'll be doing case study in our assignment 4, then we'll be trying to have, if it is one case study, then there will be no comparison. But if it is multiple case study, then we'll be trying to compare between good and bad. Say to compare this case study, and one good case and another bad case. Okay, say bad performance or bad employee satisfaction or customer satisfaction. One case study where the employee they are highly satisfied. One case study where the employee they are poorly satisfied. Okay. Or for example, one university where the students their performance is really good. Another case study where the performance is not that good. Then what are the factors in university 1 where the students' performance is really better? What are the factors impact on their performance? And university 2, where the students' performance is poor, what factors absent compared to the first university, compared to the university 1? What are there? Is there still there? If it is there, for example, say University 1 and 2 both got lecture. But University 2, why still their performance, students' performance is poor? Because probably the lecturer's quality is not good. Okay, so you can compare in between and provide your recommendation after comparing. So it will be the case study. Okay. Now, yeah.
Regarding our question, so I cannot relate this to if we are choosing that international students, why they choose Australia. So how can we take two cases and say,
No. I'm okay. Relating to our own. Okay, I'll be going to your point later. Okay, she's asking that we have two research questions. Okay, one is qualitative research question, another one is quantitative research question. And my recommendation was that if you select two cases, but if you can't select two cases, then you will be selecting one case. I am not saying that every time you need to select multiple cases. It can be even only one single case study. It not necessarily it will be always 10 case, 8 case, or 2 case. It can be even one single case study.
That means we can choose a person and take that person as a case.
We will be, in this case, we will be selecting, say, data from 10 students. Okay, and probably in this case study may not be applied. Maybe thematic analysis is applied, not the case study. Okay, thematic, we will be looking at the themes. What are the themes? Okay. Now, what are the case studies? Case studies is that in depth already I discussed that one probably, and then qualitative research data collection method. Everyone, please look at these 5 data collection methods, okay, and try to understand these 5 data collection methods: observation, focus group, interview, in-depth interview, okay, conversation, and social networking. So these are the 5 data collection, and select one method for you. If you do not want to select all 5, at least select one method for you, one data collection method for you, and after 5 minutes, discuss that method in this class. Okay. Immaculate, still you are not there. Immaculate, can you please turn on your camera and Immaculate if you are listening? Okay, everyone, please select one out of these 5 different ways to collect the data. Qualitative data I'm talking about, in-depth data, detailed data, and then discuss that data collection method. If you can select 2, 3, it will be fantastic, much appreciated. But if you can't select more than one, still you will be discussing in few minutes time about that data collection method. There are 5. Thank you.
Dr. Ghazi, could you share your screen?
Okay, yeah, sure. So I was asking you, you can look at here, these are the 5 qualitative data collection methods. You need to select one method for now. Say, for example, focus grouping, JLB. Now, what do you mean by focus grouping, JLB? Or, for example, observation. What do you mean by observation? Okay. If you select observation to collect your data, how you will be collecting the data? Okay. So this is my question. Look at the screen and select one method for you. Okay. We're gonna start now. So from online, who wants to come first? Online.
Dr. Rugazi, I can try, probably,
Please.
if that's possible.
Yeah, please.
All right, so our group has been discussions about them. So there is a case study about that. The background was about Maria is a name which is 34 years old, a single mother from Philippines, and she worked as a registered nurse in Manila before for over 10 years. But she realized that advancing her career required an international degree. She is currently pursuing a master in public health in Sydney while working as a part-time and also supporting her two children who remain in the Philippines with their grandparents. So we are going to make some questions more deeply. So the firstly, we are going to ask about the introductions for her background as well, like tell me about yourself and then her backgrounds, family and career, like why they are would like to go into them Sydney to the master degree while their kids was in Philippines. And also by gradually we are starting to ask some questions like first, what motivated you to pursue a master's in public health in Sydney, especially as she is a single mother? And then the second question that we are going to ask about the education's experience, like how has your experience been studying in Sydney so far? Like what are some of challenges you faced in adapting to the academic environment? And then the other questions about what our expectation before coming here and how do they compare to your reality now? And also the other method, in-depth interview, we are going to asking about the what advice would you give to other single mothers thinking about studying abroad or pursuing further educations? And also the last one, like conversation and social networking, maybe we put it as conclusions. So it's gonna be become, is there anything else you would like to share about your experience that we haven't covered yet? So probably that's from our group that we just discussion in the short time that you gave to us. I think that's all from us. Thank you, Dr. Ghazi.
Thank you for good. Okay. Actually, your answer and my question is not consistent. I didn't ask that question. I told you that you can see on the screen, these are the 5 qualitative data collection methods. Out of these 5 data collection methods, which one you or your group will be applying and how you will be collecting the data? So it was the question. So from your information, we can understood that it's be in-depth interview. Okay. Yes, and I will be discussing probably next week class or at the end of this week class, today's class, that the question you told me, I will be discussing about that one. Probably last week I asked you every group to write the question. Did I? Did I ask you to write some of the interview question or the survey question? Did I ask last week? No? Okay, if not, then I'll be giving you this task and you will be writing that one and presenting your interview question and survey question, and also you will be presenting how you'll be collecting your data, who will be your sample, from where your sample will be coming from. I'll be discussing that one later.
This is improved.
Yes, yes, yes. So here, Puput and your group, yes, your data collection will be in-depth interview, which is I highlighted here. You can see in-depth interview. Now, any other student in a group or individually you want to discuss? Alvin, tell about your individual or in a group. You can tell about your situation. Alvin.
So probably I'm not sure because we haven't decided yet, though we have some conversation in our WhatsApp group. And so we didn't actually decide yet that what we are going to do.
Akash Dev.
Yes, so we are same part of the group, me and Takbir.
Yeah, we are saying, and we have the
So
discussion.
we are going to,
We have the discussion already in our WhatsApp group, but we are not sure actually what we're going to do.
yeah, but probably,
Same group, Shagor? Are you in the same group?
Yeah.
Yes, Dr. Raj.
Okay. And then say Navneet. Navneet, you are moving your camera, or you say mobile phone. It's a good idea to everyone join from your laptop, not from your mobile phone. Navneet. You're not responding, Navneet. No response. Okay, Derek. Derek, can you hear me? Yeah, tell about I ask that select one of the 5 data collection methods and discuss on it. Which one you want to discuss? Your understanding. What do you understand from? Yeah. You can't hear anything. You need to look at your internet connection. Raja. Also, we can't hear anything, Raja. Anyway, I'm going to discuss about these 5 observation. First, I'm talking about observation. Okay, so observation.
Derek.
Yeah, turn off your mic, everyone, please. So when you will be collecting data from observation, there will be no interview. During the observation, we will be observing from our own eyes, and we will be collecting the data. Okay, so the observation, once again, I'm saying, when we'll be observing through our eyes. For example, I'm coming to this class and I'm observing and making notes. So the notes is my data. For example, here, how many students and what are your attendance or your attention towards the lecture, and how the lecturer or tutor is doing, what time the lecture started. During that time, all the students were in the class. Okay, and also looking at the safety thing in this class. and all other things. Or for example, you gone to a mining site. In the mining site, you gone there and you are looking at occupational health and safety in that mining site, or mining, okay, or any other mining company. You're going and you are making notes that do they have fire exit? Do they have firefighters, fire blanket? Okay. Do they have fire stairs? Do they have fire wardrobe and fireman? Okay, and also meeting place and also fire training. How frequent they have fire training? Is there any chart? You are looking and you are making notes. So you are collecting data by yourself without talking to anyone. Observe it by your own eyes. Usually, when we are collecting data from you, you are the manager, and I am asking you question, always you'll be trying to back up or hide the mistakes. And you'll be trying to show everything is fine. For example, you are the manager, and I'm asking about the fire safety or occupational health and safety and all these things. Usually, this is the human nature. They do not show their weaknesses. So when there is a chance to get the fabricated data, unreal data, okay, or make-up data, then many times the observer or the data collector, they observe and collect the data, not relying on the manager. Okay. So observation, when we be collecting data by our own eyes through observation, then it is called observation-based qualitative data. Sometimes some researcher, they collect data through the camera without knowing the manager. For example, you are the manager, we have some hidden camera, and putting that hidden camera somewhere in the workplace and looking at and collecting the data. For example, you are the manager, how you're dealing with your team members. Okay. Are you very cooperative or you are directive? You are providing direction, like autocrat leader. Okay. Or you are cooperative. Okay. So we want to look at your management style or leadership style in the organization. So if we let you know that you manager, please, we will be collecting the data through observation on Saturday or on Monday. And then what you will be doing? You will be having very good management style to show to the observer or to the data collector. You will not be showing your natural management style. Okay, therefore, some researcher, what they do to find the natural data, they do not let the manager know that we are going to collect data. They, hidden way, without informing them, they collect the data with some hidden cameras. Okay, so this is also observation. Now my question to everyone, what do you think? Is it right or wrong? Collect the data to the hidden camera or hidden recorder, okay, or observing from remote area without letting the manager know that the data is getting collected. What do you think? Is it right or wrong?
Ethically, it is wrong.
Definitely wrong.
It is wrong. Right.
It is wrong.
Yes, it is wrong because there is ethics. And according to the ethics, you must need to get the approval, ethical approval from the manager or from the organization or from the employee before collecting the data. So when you are putting the hidden camera and without informing them, you are collecting the data from them, it is not ethical. But still some researcher or some data collector, they are using that one because they want to get the very natural data, not fabricated data, not the changed data. Okay, as I said, when I'm asking that I will be coming on Monday and collecting data relating to your leadership style, then you will be changing your leadership style. Very good leadership style, cooperation and all these things. Maybe this is not your natural leadership style. Okay, that's the logic of those data collectors who collect the data without knowing the manager or participant know that the data will be collected. Okay, so observation, it's a very common method of data collection, especially qualitative data. Focus group interview, second one. You can look at the screen. Focus group interview. So focus group, from the name we can understand that it's a group. When we'll be collecting data from a group of people, it is focus group interview. Now, why we need to collect data from a group of people? Specifically, if one person can't give the answer, or one person, it is beyond his or her control, then we collect data from a group of people. For example, we want to collect data from an organization, entire organization. Okay. And then we collect human resource manager. Okay, we invite human resource manager, we invite production manager, we invite accounts and finance manager, we invite marketing manager, okay, design manager. Okay, so all we bring together and we are asking question because it is organization related data, not only marketing related data or not only production related data. Therefore, we are bringing all the manager together because if we only invite human resource manager, you may not be able to answer about the production or accounts and finance or marketing or design because it is not your department. Therefore, we invite all the concerned people to collect the data from them if it is a wider range of data or if it is organization related data. In focus group, there is a moderator. Okay, so the moderator usually organize the question and answer. So in focus group, usually it is not in any other data collection. In focus group interview, there is one additional person called moderator. So moderator help to organize the meeting, help to ask question or answer the question. In-depth interview. What we could say at the beginning, it was an in-depth interview. Usually the in-depth interview is one-to-one. One-to-one interview. Okay. Conversation. So conversation and in-depth interview, it can be about same, but conversation, in conversation, usually we apply very unstructured questionnaire, not semi-structured, and also the conversation can be done between two persons. Say for example, I am the data collector and you two are having the conversation and I am collecting data from them. Okay. Social networking. We collect data from your Instagram page, your Facebook page, your LinkedIn page. It is also primary data. But obviously, I need to get permission from you that I will be collecting data, or you are providing me the data from your Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn pages. Okay. So probably we don't need conversation and social networking, but we may need observation or focus group or in-depth interview. In my PhD research, I did observation and in-depth interview. Another one I did, which is document analysis. If it is there, I can show you. Just give me 1 second. Okay, everyone please look at the screen. Here you can see data gathering technique and quality research. Okay. So I collect data from interviews, as I said, documentary data or document analysis and observation. These are the 3 different methods I applied. So already I talked about interview, one-to-one interview, in-depth interview. Okay, so it was one of my data collection methods. Another one was observation. What I told you, observation. Okay, so observation was another data collection method, and another one was documentary data, which is called document analysis. Okay, for example, I'm going to your company and I'm asking, can you please give me your financial statements from 2010 to 2025, last 15 years financial statement, and you are giving me all your financial statement. From your financial statement, I'm looking at your cost, your revenue, your net profit, your tax, all these things. Document. I'm going again to your company. Okay, my case study.
Dr. Ghazi, your camera and mic is off, I think.
Sagar everybody.
Thank you for letting me know. Um, I was here. Okay, I was talking about that the data collection. Just an example I'm showing you. I'm not expecting that because this is one is not a PhD thesis. Okay, it's a very small thesis. Okay, so I was just an example. I'm showing that we can collect the data from different areas or different ways, not areas, different way. One of the way is in-depth in-depth, what you could say at the beginning. And I also showed you that these are the in-depth question. There is information collected from each of the case RNG organization related to them. Okay, say HR practice related question. Okay, they are organization based information. They are context based information. Okay, so this question I asked them, and then who were the participants or interviewees? They were the participants or interviewees. These 5 various people, actually 6, not 5, 6 different people. They were my interviews. Then second way to collect the data is the document analysis. So I was saying that these are the document or type of document I asked them to provide. Okay, meeting minutes and the document they submitted to their board of directors, company's internal document and company's annual report. Okay, and then observation. It was my third way to collect the data from the organization. So observation of what I observed, neat or dirtiness, cleanliness or messiness, organization or disorganized. Okay, then the employee's face. Okay, from the face we can understand that whether they are happy or unhappy. Okay, then work-related assistance, guidance, number of employees in each of the team or group, activities, and offer of trade unions. Every company they have trade union, and what are the amenities or different offers the trade union offer to their employees or activities. Okay, then whether their system is manual or semi-automation or fully automatic, their production system. So all these things I observed. Now, when you are collecting your data from multiple sources, it is called triangulation. Okay, if you collect your data from 2 areas or 3 areas, I mean 3 ways, not areas. Once again, my mistake. Not areas, 3 ways or 2 ways. It is called triangulation. Now, everyone, please look or think about the triangulation. What do we mean by triangulation? Everyone, you can think about 1 minute and then tell the class what do we mean by triangulation.